Hello, welcome to the RANsquawk US morning briefing for today, 14th of September. Equities in Europe under pressure at the open today as a trade dispute threatened to derail relations between the US and China. The dispute began after the US imposed heavy duties on imported Chinese tyres, and as such the Chinese authorities threatened action against imports of US poultry and vehicles, while accusing Washington of rampant protectionism. On the fixed income front, bonds have traded broadly sideways today despite the weakness exhibited in equities, and the dollar index did earlier regain some of that upside momentum today following a fall in the Nikkei and increased risk-averse sentiment, although since the European morning the dollar has pared back its gains to trade around flat on the session. Elsewhere, the British pound has underperformed today following talk out of the Ernst & Young item club that house prices will take 5 years to return to peak levels. Also on the energy front, WTI has traded in negative territory today following European equities, although nat gas, it must be said, has as usual been bucking the trend and was up around 26 cents at last check, with Goldman saying nat gas prices were set to outperform due to tightening supply on production cutbacks. In terms of US macro news today, Nouriel Roubini said he sees a risk of a U-shaped recovery and that fiscal deficits may lead to dollar weakness, but said collapse of the dollar is somewhat unlikely. Elsewhere, Nobel Prize-winning economist Joseph Stiglitz said that US has failed to fix the underlying problems of its banking system a year after the credit crunch and the collapse of Lehman Brothers. In US equity-specific news today, Chevron and its partners have given Gorgon LNG go-ahead, while J&J is in talks to cut the price of a $1.5 billion deal with Iran. Also, GE has signed a contract with Hyundai and the Kuwaiti government to build a 2,000 megawatt power plant in the country. Elsewhere, for Kraft Foods, Cadbury chairman said that Kraft's offer undervalued the company while dismissing the suitor as a low-growth conglomerate. Also, Sprint Nextel is a possible multi-million-dollar target for Deutsche Telekom after the company called in banking advisors to assess the feasibility of such a move. In terms of broker moves today, Intel has been removed from the recommended list at Citigroup, while Motorola has been upgraded to buy from neutral at UBS, and Alcoa started with underweight rating at HSBC. Also, in terms of Barron's commentary over the weekend, investors should consider taking profits at Starbucks. However, Barron's feels FedEx is profit picture will likely improve, and that should drive FedEx's stock price higher. So looking ahead, a very light calendar indeed today. However, we will be looking out for comments from Fed's Lacker and Yellen, and as well as that, any potential comments out of Obama regarding tensions with China.